What we have here is an unprecedented crisis with a lot of people within the African American community dying from a virus that is spreading out of control.
We're vulnerable, so when COVID hit, it hit our community very hard because of the pre-existing conditions.
When you look at the numbers and those that have lost their lives because of COVID, it's one of the most devastating things that we could ever experience.
African Americans are 33% of the population of the state of Georgia. But the last statistic I heard is we only made up 13% of those persons who've gotten the vaccine. So we've got to work to increase that.
I look at it like a boxing match. We've lost a couple of rounds, but we haven't lost the fight yet. So if we keep following the science, if we keep doing smart things, we keep not having large gatherings, we keep protecting our families, and we get people vaccinated, we still believe there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Emotionally, physically, financially, relationally, it affects every area of our lives. So I wanted to be an example of let's stop the spread, let's preserve life, let's protect our community.
We have to take advantage of every tool at our disposal to fight this virus.
I think one of the common concerns about the vaccine is how fast it was developed. And so I've told them that one, red tape was not an issue. Money was not an issue, and there was a worldwide collaboration in developing these vaccines. So where it takes years, 4 years or so, to usually develop a vaccine, all stops were pulled out, and again with the collaborative effort around the world and just the need for this vaccine, the scientists were able to develop it quickly.
The young community, there is a little more distrust, and I believe it's connected to the internet. I mean, all the misinformation that's on the internet, and not just about COVID, about everything. I would encourage the young community to start to look at the medical evidence, talk to their doctors, talk to their psychiatrists, talk to their pastors, people that are trusted in the community, and take that information and base their decisions on that.
I felt it very important to speak out to support the vaccine because too many members of my community are dying, and I want you to know that it is safe.
One of the things we have to do is measure the risk versus the reward. And in talking with people who survived the coronavirus, they said you don't want it. And so the question for me was, do you want to risk taking the vaccine, or do you want to risk getting the COVID? And the choice for me was easy. I'd rather have the vaccine than the COVID. And that's the risk and the reward. So I'm thankful, I feel comfortable, and I'm excited to continue moving on and just pray that everybody else will do what they need to do so that we can get this behind us.
It's not a black and white issue, it's a people's issue.
I understood that this is something that's going to help all of us, not just me, but our community, my church, my family. So of course I wanted to take the vaccine, and I've gotten both of them.
We have true numbers here. That is not hypocrisy. It is true. Let us move from that truth. Let us intelligently analyze that truth and make a decision.
God uses doctors to help us. God is the ultimate healer, but also too, he puts the wisdom in the doctors that we have to help us.
The vaccination has been proven to basically eliminate the chances that you end up in the hospital or in the intensive care unit. So a little soreness for one day versus having a tube down your throat on multiple medications to keep your blood pressure up, there's no comparison. I would definitely say the side effects of the vaccination, which are minimal, are much better than the disease.
The only way we can eradicate this that we can't see, we can't smell, we can't touch, is get the vaccine.
when that time comes. Make it up in your mind that you're going to take it. Because when we become, if you will, ignorant to what is really going on, we spread it. And when we spread that ignorance, it could be to the detriment of ourselves and to the detriment of those who we love.
Think about someone in your family who may be at risk or may be older, whatever that motivation is. You know, because there's someone usually in our family that we are motivated to do that for, whether it's children, spouse, mom, dad, a grandparent, grandaunt. So I would encourage the young people to really consider what they do, not only for them, but for someone else.
I think any vaccination you can get a hold of, you should take.
I believe this is an answer. And my prayer is that people will get vaccinated and that we will be able to put this behind us.
Because love compels me.
For my mom and my children.
Because of my family.
For my wife, my son, my family, friends, and loved ones, and for my church congregation.
Because I love my church, I love my family.
Because these are very special people.
For my dear friend, Gary Swindell Sr.
Because I want safety for our entire community.
To protect myself, my family, my congregation, and to protect you.
Don't waste your time. Get it. Get out there and be the first in line.
Just sign up, get the shot, and let's get this over. The more people we can get to have this shot right now, the quicker we can get this herd immunity and everything else going, and we can be back out full force and enjoying one another.
One person can make the difference, and you may be that one person.
Let's rise to this moment. Let's get vaccinated. Let's protect ourselves. Let's help protect others. And let's really try to change the narrative of COVID-19.